I'm Renee Ritchie, your Creator Insider, and I'm here with Boudica. Boudica, what do you do at YouTube?
I'm the product lead for YouTube auto dubbing.
Are you auto dubbed right now?
I will be.
You will be. You probably will be. You can watch that. So, what is auto dubbing? Who has access to it, and what are the features?
Yeah, so auto dubbing is where YouTube translates your videos so that you don't have to do it yourself as a creator. It's available for all YouTube channels, and so anyone can actually go and enable it on their channel today. And we support dubbing across 27 different languages. This is primarily for new uploads, but we also started dubbing previously published videos, and we're expanding that as well. Now, in addition to that, we also have a feature called expressive speech that we developed together with Google DeepMind. And that's something where it takes characteristics or elements like the pitch, the intonation, and the energy in the original video and brings it into the auto dub. And this makes the dubs seem very natural and authentic. And so that feature also has now been launched completely in 8 different languages. Those languages being English, Spanish, Portuguese, French, German, Italian, Hindi, and Indonesian. And we are working to bring it to all the languages that we support. In addition to that, we've also been adding viewer controls.
Yeah.
So our intent with auto dubbing is for viewers to be defaulted into the original content when they understand it, but give them a translated version when they don't understand the original, and we have a translation that they do understand. And this works most of the time, but occasionally we might get it wrong. And so to address feedback we've seen from viewers who have experienced it when we didn't get it quite right, we've now added a new feature, a setting, that lets you tell us what your preferred languages are. So you can go into, on mobile, you can go into settings languages, or on the web, you can go to settings, playback preferences and languages. And you can tell us what your preferred languages are. And when you tell us what your preferred languages are, what happens is those languages, we will always show you the original content if that's available. And that means that you won't be exposed to an auto dub in those languages that you understand.
Yeah, I love that so much. I'm from Montreal, and I would maybe like my interface in French, but my videos in English. And maybe I'm trying to learn Mandarin, so I don't want those dubbed. I want to just immerse myself in it. So I love that you're providing this level of control, both for creators and for viewers.
Absolutely, because like you said, most of the world is now multilingual. Right. And so they have different needs from the interfaces and the content that they interact with. And we want to give the viewers the ability to curate their experiences to match their needs.
And what are you looking at in terms of the impact? What are you seeing in the metrics?
There are millions of channels that are actively auto-dubbing today. And that has also translated into viewer benefit, where just in December, we were averaging more than 6 million viewers who were viewing more than 10 minutes of auto-dubbed content every day.
It's amazing. And what about like when creators look at their watch time or their average view duration?
Yeah, that's a great question, right? So average view duration is a great metric to think about how viewers are engaging with the content. And what we see is that on average, the average view duration of an auto dub is about 75% of the average view duration of the corresponding originals, right? So that means that, for example, if you had a video that was getting an average view duration of 10 minutes, then your auto dubs would, on average, see about 7.5 minutes of engagement. And that's pretty amazing, because that means that people who couldn't understand your original content are now engaging with it pretty deeply. And you're bringing in new viewers. But, creators care a lot about AVD.
Yes,
and so one thing I would point out is that because the AVD of the auto dubs is lower than the original currently, what you will see is that your channel overall AVD might initially go down a little bit, right? And so what's important there is to pay attention to the language level performance characteristics. Because what's happened now is that you no longer have just a single channel.
Yeah.
You actually have multiple channels that are language specific. And each of these will behave differently depending on how that content resonates in the audience. So what you want to go and do is look at this at the language level, and YouTube Studio makes it easy for you. You can actually filter out performance metrics by language by using the audio track filter that you can find in YouTube Studio.
Yeah, I love that. I think I always encourage creators to not look at these, like math is hard, statistics are terrible, averages lie to us all the time. So I always encourage creators like not to just look at the top level, but to go into it, because like the original language AVD, you'll see it once you click in, it's still the same as it always was, but now you're getting additional watch time, additional views on top of that. And I think that's also just as important for revenue, because we'll sometimes see creators say, oh, my average CPM or my average RPM went down. I was like, to make it simple, I was at a 10 and now I'm at a 7 because the new one is at a 4 and like the average is 7. But when you dig into it, it's like, no, I'm at 14, because it's not like the average of 10 and 4, it's the total. So I really love that. Like, go into analytics and look, don't concentrate on the average, concentrate on the new total.
Right, right. Because overall, you increase the reach, right?
Yes.
And that means there's more people engaging with your content. And that means that the total should be going up.
Yeah. And I think some people also worry about like the algorithm or discovery. Like if they turn on auto dubbing to a video, like are we going to give it a chance with that new language? And I think like the teams have worked really hard to make sure that videos, I think they're still working really hard to make sure that videos, when they are available to a new audience, are like get every opportunity with that new audience.
Absolutely. This is an area that we've been investing heavily in. Because, for the longest time, YouTube videos had only a single language.
Single thumbnail, single title. It's a brave new world.
Exactly, right? So we've been now adding these new languages. Every video has multiple languages. And so we've been making the investments to make sure that those new languages are also able to reach their audiences.
Yeah, I love that. What are some tips that you might have for creators, like just to get the best possible results from auto dubbing?
That's a great question. Because, one of the things I heard a creator say after talking about dubbing their content and seeing how the dubs are generated is that, oh, I need to think about creating my content to make them easier to dub, right? And so I think a good way to think about it is what would make it easier for a human to dub the video, right? So the first question that comes up is that, is this video even something that should be dubbed? And we've just launched a bunch of filters that try to identify when a video should not be dubbed. Like, for example, it's music or it's a silent vlog and so forth. But if you have content that varies a lot, and this is a question for the content in your channel, it's something you might want to pay attention to. And then once you've determined that this video needs to be dubbed, then the next thing that is most important for us is that we understand what was said in that video, right? And so then the first thing to do is to set the video language correctly so that you tell us accurately what that video, which language it's in, versus us having to guess and determine what it is. That'll help us a lot. And then the next thing is to speak clearly, right? Like, if you are very expressive and you have a distinct way of speaking, we might not pick up all the words that you're saying there. And so helping our systems understand what's said will help a lot there. And if your videos have multiple speakers, then, if you have overlapping speech, that can be really challenging too, because to identify who said what when can be tricky. So preferably avoid it or be careful about how you use it. And then the use of things like slang or made up words can be challenging, because while YouTube is in the bleeding edge of culture, our models are usually playing catch up. And so we might not handle them as well. And, if your content has these characteristics, that's fine. That's great, right? Like, just maybe use the preview feature to check the videos if it's really important to you that the translations are completely accurate. And that'll help, make sure that the dubs that go out are at the best quality possible. Yeah. The other thing I would say is that you need to help your potential audience in other languages actually discover your videos, right? And learn about them before they click into them. And the way you usually sort of filter the videos is by title and description and so forth. So having translated titles and descriptions is really important. And we know that it's really hard for creators to go and translate the titles and descriptions for all the videos, just like the audio. So we make it easy and we'll translate it automatically for you if you don't provide a translated title or description for us. But again, if these are content that you think might be hard to translate, then it doesn't hurt to get a friend who speaks those languages to take a look at it and see if it can be tuned further. Yeah.
Also, I would encourage people, if immediately, like if you are using slang or jargon, like these systems keep learning. So if you low genuinely think you'll sound like your doppelganger, like just come back a little while later and see how it works.
Absolutely, yeah. And sometimes the creators and even the audience might find it funny.
Yes,
and that might alone be actually a good thing.
Worth a bunch more AVD.
Yeah.
So I know we can't always get into spoilers, but I always like try my best for the audience to dig into them. What are you thinking about next for auto dubbing? What is your vision for the future?
Sure. So our work is primarily motivated by overcoming the language barrier in videos, right? And so that's about trying to get every video to be able to reach everybody in the world. And so we are constantly working on adding new language support so that those videos that are on YouTube have the potential to reach everybody in the world. So we'll continue to expand the languages that we support. And then next, we want these dubs to be authentic and relatable. And so we're really excited about the expressive speech technology that we launched. And that's currently only in 8 of the languages that we support. And so we're working really hard to bring that to all of the languages that we support so that all of our dubs sound relatable. And then the third thing I would say is around giving creators more agency, because sometimes there might be the slang that you talked about, right? That needs a tweak here and there, and so we're working on building tools for creators to help them review and tune the dubs to be more along the lines of what they want versus what they get out of the box, and so they can get the dubs of the kind that they like, right? And then the last one I would call out is we're actually working on going beyond the audio domain, right, and into the visual domain as well. So we announced this in May dawn last year, and we have a pilot running right now of this feature called Lip Sync, where we take the subject of the video and reanimate their lips to match the translated audio. But it doesn't end there, right? Like there's so much else in the visual domain that can be translated. For example, there's text that's burnt into the screen and so forth. So we're working on actually even translating those elements in the visual domain so that as a viewer, you get a completely immersive translated experience when you're watching a dubbed video.
¿Por qué no los dos? Why not both? I love that whole idea.
That sounds good.
Can you dub me to sound smarter?
That's something that I've been asking the team to help me with as well. So
they told me the technology is like nowhere nearly good enough yet. Yeah.
This is what I was told as well.
Okay, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. This is like one of the most empowering technologies. It's like the dream of the universal translator, just getting like closer and closer every time.
Absolutely. It's about making the world a smaller place.
Right? Yeah, and accessible.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it ties so well to YouTube's mission too.
And it gives us the opportunity to get so much more audience, which I personally am very, very grateful for. Thank you so much. Creators, insiders, thank you so much. You know what to do. Jump in the comments, leave a question, and keep it real.